Arjuna froze. You do too, Gita Then and Now, Chapter 1, Part 1. In the midst of war, with armies waiting and destiny about to unfold, Arjuna lowers his bow. And in that silent moment, the first lesson of the Bhagavad Gita begins, not in action, but in confusion, in human vulnerability. We often skip over this part. We rush to the wisdom, the philosophy, the grand teachings of Krishna. But the Gita begins with a breakdown, a warrior, shaken, a man, stuck, a soul, overwhelmed. Then, Arjuna was not afraid of dying. He was afraid of doing what felt wrong, even if it was his duty. He questioned the morality of fighting against his own blood. His heart said one thing, his role said another. His mind, caught in between, froze him. Now, you're in a meeting, a crossroads, a conversation that demands a bold move. Your intuition whispers one path, your logic offers another, but your mind plays out too many outcomes. What if I'm wrong? What if I hurt someone? What if I fail? And suddenly, you can't act. You delay, you retreat. The moment passes, and regret settles in. Let's be honest, we all freeze. Sometimes it's a big life decision. Sometimes it's a tiny moment. But the inner conflict feels just as real. Like Arjuna, we ask, what's the right thing to do? And instead of clarity, we're flooded with emotion, doubt, guilt, and fear. This is not weakness, this is being human. The Gita doesn't begin with confidence. It begins with collapse, and that's its genius. Because every transformation starts there, not from strength, but from stillness, not from knowing, but from questioning. And look at Krishna. He doesn't ridicule Arjuna. He doesn't shout at him to be strong. He doesn't say, get over it. Instead, he listens, patiently. He holds space for Arjuna's confusion, and only after that, he begins to guide. Then, Arjuna's body froze. His eyes filled with tears. He dropped his weapons and said, I will not fight. That wasn't surrender. It was an emotional overload, and in that rawness, something sacred emerged. Now, maybe you've been in that moment. A job offer that felt off, a relationship that's not black or white, a decision where neither option feels fully right. You think deeply. You delay. You get frustrated with your own mind. You ask others. You read articles. You meditate, but nothing feels clear. Welcome to Chapter 1 of your own Gita. This is the battlefield inside you. And this episode is not about solving that battle. It's about recognizing it. About understanding that even the strongest people crumble. Even the most trained warriors collapse in indecision. Focus. This is not the chapter of solutions. It's the chapter of pause. It's the space between confusion and clarity. It's the sacred moment before the leap, when you're stuck, emotional, and unsure. Why does this matter? Because the world tells us to act fast, to show strength, to push through. But the Gita teaches us to pause with awareness, to reflect, to be honest about our confusion, because in that honesty lies the seed of transformation. So if you've been stuck lately, if you've questioned your path, if you've hesitated at the edge of a decision, know this: you are Arjuna, and the battlefield is within. The answer doesn't come by rushing. It comes by listening, first to your heart, and then to something higher. That higher voice, like Krishna's, doesn't shame, it guides, and it only arrives when you stop pretending and start being real. Next time you hesitate, don't just blame yourself. Observe the battlefield within, recognize the Arjuna moment, and prepare to listen to your inner Krishna. Because when the mind freezes, the soul is trying to speak.